Hi, my name is Spencer Johnson, and I am currently a sophomore at K-State studying architectural engineering with an emphasis on structural design. What I believe makes me unique is simply how creative I am. I've been told this many times by my golf coach that I make some of the most creative decisions he's ever seen for shot choices. I've also been told this by many people elsewhere. It's how I became in charge of creating and running a STEAM-based LEGO program for kids to learn basic engineering principles with fun building challenges over their summer break. This is also what led me to overcome my biggest challenge in life. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes about 2 weeks after I finished 8th grade. It forced me to think differently during everyday activities, and especially during sports. I've had to keep track of my blood sugars for everyday learning and classes, as high blood sugar makes me cramp and lose my attention span, while low blood sugars make me really tired and completely lose focus entirely. Keeping myself in range meant that I had to keep track of all of my food and insulin usage for every minute of every day. And this also affects my athletics, as being active will lower my blood sugar, and being out of range will completely ruin my skill at whatever activity I'm doing. However, my biggest challenge comes from a slightly different side of diabetes. Being diabetic is expensive, costing my family roughly $300 a month for insulin and blood sugar sensors. This is on top of my sister having arthritis, meaning that my family has to pay roughly $500 to $600 a month for our medications in its entirety. This has forced me to afford college entirely on my own, and that is the greatest challenge that I've had to ever overcome. Simply being able to keep my focus and have the ability to actually afford furthering my education at college is also what led me to my greatest accomplishment. I'm a student in one of the most difficult majors in the #1 program in the country, and I did that all despite the difficulties with diabetes to keep my focus and simply to afford being there. Thank you for your consideration for this award. I hope to be selected as a recipient, as any amount of funds goes a long way. Thank you.